What is up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Lou Streets back with some more LSV, and in this video I want to talk about processing data in real time and making adjustments on the fly. I have an excellent match here with the Tekken God Supreme Harang player. He's ranked much higher than me, although I probably could be out of kitchen, but I don't grind ranked all day. I play a lot of casual as well, but this goes to show it's about tendency recognition and situational awareness. It's not necessarily about rank, so let's get into it. Now, I do have the tips on because I want to point out certain things in the match and reference back to it in real time. You will see what I mean as the match starts. So, starting out immediately, right? Let's just pause it right here. Starting out immediately, I decided to go to down 3-3 because a lot of Harang players like to start off with armor to get their pressure going. So if we go back again, you'll see I catch him with the down 3-3 and I get some follow-up damage because, as you can see, he tried to attack right there. Let's go back one more time. He tried to attack right here. So we get that, we get the nunchuck, we get started off. Now, the very first thing that you'll notice right here, I try to pressure up with a running three, which is Law's flying jump kick that actually puts him in plus frames. I don't know the official name of it, but it's his jump kick to put him in plus frames. Watch what the Harang player does. He sidesteps me, get a full punish. So, if we're talking about assessing data, now we already see, okay, he knows about the matchup, he knows the linear attacks of Law, so I need to keep that in mind. Let's continue. Sidestep, full punish, so I know that he knows about that, and I get lit up for a combo, right? So now, he's going into his plus frames, and he's kind of trying to get things going. He catches me with a low, catches me with a standing mid, he goes with a high. I try to flash duck this to see what he's gonna do. I try to get a 1-2, but he pops heat. A wild standing 1-2, but he pops heat. So this is something that's really important because he goes to this a few times within the match. And this is why matchup knowledge is kind of important. So you see, he goes in the heat right here. He starts his string, and right there, this is a high. I can duck and punish this, but in the match, I don't necessarily know this because I don't know the matchup that well. Let's go back into it. I don't punish, let's continue. I get a duck, and as you see, I get a trade, and I get a full combo out of this. Now, imagine if I actually knew that was a high. I could have got a clean combo instead of getting a trade. So boom, we got the trade. I short up the combo because I don't trust the wall and I don't want to get punished for it. So I short up the combo with just a 3-4, get checked down low. We back off, kind of watch neutral. He throws out some armor. I could have punished this, but I wasn't sure that he was going to throw it out, so I kind of hung back. This is a punishable launcher right here. You can punish that. I go into the slide, catch him with the nunchuck, run up for a throw. So we got our first round in, right? So now, we have our first, so let's pause this. We have our first round in. I don't know what he's gonna do. I started off the first round with down 3-3 and got a hard knockdown. He does the same exact attack. The difference is this time he didn't sidestep. I hesitate, so I get hit with it. In reality, this is fully punishable. I get caught sleeping at the wheel, but that's fully punishable. I can duck under this high right here, but I get caught sleeping at the wheel, I get lit up for a combo, get pushed to the wall, and now he has the advantage. He got plus frames, so I go with a sidestep elbow. And so remember what I said earlier about data analysis. I do a sidestep elbow and I knock him down, right? But then what do? I go back to the running three, the same running three that I went to last round. Let's see what happens. Sidestep elbow for the knockdown. Boom, I get caught again. So we see two things in this scenario. He likes to duck down, that's why the sidestep elbow worked, because it's a mid and it's plus on block if he blocks it anyway, that's why I threw it out there. Or either he was looking for the sidestep 3, which is a low, but regardless, the sidestep elbow hits. I go back to the same thing, the running 3. So now I'm 0 for 2 on that setup. So now I know in the middle of the match, he knows this, I can't do that anymore. I'll show you why that's important later, but as we've seen, I've done running 3 twice. I got knocked down because of it, so I'm not gonna do it anymore because we've seen I'm 0 for 2 on that. All right, let's get back into it. So as we can see, I'm 0 for 2 on this, I go for it again, I get launched. So now we know, okay, no more running 3s on knockdown to keep pressure like I usually do. So he's getting into his bag, there's the high again. So he's done this twice now. He's done it in each round. And as you've seen, I didn't punish it because I just didn't know. So that's why matchup knowledge is important, because of the fact I'm letting him get away with something cheap that I'm just not aware of because I don't know the matchup. Even with him being a Tekken God Supreme, he could be doing this as a knowledge check to see if I know about it, but since I haven't punished it, why wouldn't he stop going to it? This could change a lot of the momentum in the match, but nonetheless, let's take a look. I micro duck again, I get a jab in, I don't want to overcommit. So this is something else you got to keep in mind. When I do the 1-1-2, I go into DSS automatically. I need to break this habit because sometimes I do it a little too frequently. But I go into DSS into slide, but he checks me out of it with a mid. Right here, 1-1-2. If it doesn't hit, I should never take that into DSS. That's why I get checked. I get hit with the low, try to flash duck, get opened up for a combo. He wins the round. Third round. So remember what I said about round start, right? So the first round I went down 3-3, I got a combo out of it. The second round he went with the low and launched me. Now he's doing jab, jab, and so as you see, if I did down 3-3, it would get beat anyway. So just keep that in mind. Let me start that round over. Let me start the round over. He does that, he goes back to the high. This is the third time that he's exposed this, and I haven't punished him for it. It could be his flow chart, or it could be based on the fact that I haven't made him pay for it. Either way, I've let him get away with something 3 times that he could have actually been stopped from doing. I get hit with the mid because I try to micro duck. I flash duck again. That's a high also. This is more matchup knowledge. This is why these things are important to go back and watch your replays. So in the start of this round, we're only 6 seconds into the round. He has about a 40% life lead on me, and he's done 2 highs that I could have punished with a wild standing 1-2 or a wild standing 2 for a full combo. That's why it's important to watch your replays. Let's continue. Let's start that one back over. Take a look. 1 high right there. 2 kicks is a giveaway right there. I could have ducked that and punished him and launched him 100%. The match would be tied, or I'd actually get some of that great health back. Let's continue. Low jab. Okay, so now remember, we've already done a hard knockdown with the nunchuck, and we've done sidestep elbow to get this situation. The other 2 times I ran up and I did running 3, he sidestepped and punished me. So you see this time, because of that, this is what I mean about live data. So even though I'm just playing and I'm in the flow of the match, I'm still kind of aware of what situationally is happening. So when I knock him down this time with the sidestep elbow, rather than me doing running 3, now I run up and I do back 3 because it's a roundhouse that tracks the way if he sidestep, he gets clipped. Let's pay attention right here. Remember last time I hit this move, I did running 3. This time, I run up and I do back 3, which is roundhouse. So he does a sidestep block, so he blocks it, but this lets him know I'm aware of what he's doing. So as soon as we come out of that, I go in a slide, get some more nunchuck pressure, run up with a 1-4-2. Let's go back to it. I run up with the 4-1+2, taking the wild standing forward. And in reality, this is kind of risky on his part, right? Back to knowledge checking. So I take 4-1+2, which gives me plus frames, and then I take that into wild standing forward, automatic DSS. DSS 2 right there. So technically, he's negative right now. Now, a habit that I have is I like to do 4-3 after getting a DSS 2 on block. So I go for that, but he jabs. If I do 1-2-3, I win this situation, but I go for 4-3 because I wanted to go back into my DSS, right? He jabs, so I get checked out of it. Now this time, because he kept doing the high attack, I don't know that it's a high. However, I've recognized the string a few times. So instead of me actually blocking the high when he does that jab, jab setup, I go into a parry and try to fish for an F1 off DSS because parry is automatic DSS stance. Let's go back and look at it. The parry's right there. Now, that's the same string where he did the high. So the parry was a good defensive option as far as me recognizing what he was doing. But if I had matchup knowledge, rather than doing the parry, I could have actually ducked and punished it. So that's the 4th time he's abused that particular string. I go for the parry, he blocks it, so we go back to neutral. Let's rewind and play from there. Parry, push back, he blocks it. He goes right back to it. This is the same thing I just parried 5 seconds ago. He goes right back to it. So you've seen, he's a Tekken God Supreme, obviously a skilled player. This could be a knowledge check because I'm not stopping it, but considering the fact that I just parried it a minute ago and he goes back to it, I think that this is more of a flow chart versus him checking me on knowledge because I've blocked this 5 times. These are 5 punishes that I've left on the table. Let's continue. So because he goes into the plus frames, I try to take a gamble here. This is not about being YOLO or scrubby with the D2-3 because it is very unsafe on block. However, you kind of got to throw it out on your opponent on occasion just to give them the threat of it so they'll know that you're not going to just hang back and take pressure. I try to go for it. He goes with armor, so I get checked. Let's look at it again. I try to throw it out there thinking that he had plus frames, but I got hit with armor and I lost the round. So now we're down. So we go back to the beginning of the round, right? Now remember our round start. So far I did down 3-3, which broke his armor. He did the low launcher, and then he started the past 2 rounds with 1-2, that jab streak again, and we'll see why this is important going forward. But right now, let's continue this round. So this time, because I parried the mid off that string, and I also been blocking it, he tried to slip in a mid to see if I would flash duck. Coincidentally, I stayed up so I didn't get checked for it. But if you notice, this is that same string, but he ends it with double mid this time. Now he's kind of trying to hide it. Now this is another knowledge check scenario. I don't know that this is unsafe. 3+4 forward, knock him down. I could get follow-up nunchuck action with this on the ground as far as OTG, or I could run up for some type of Oki depending on what he does for wake up. However, because of knowledge, I don't know that this is unsafe. So I let him get away with this. So now you look at this. We got a Tekken God Supreme here. They've done 5 high things that were unsafe. They did this string that was unsafe. But because of knowledge, I don't necessarily know that. Now going forward, the next time I fight a Harang player, I'll know this. But this is why this is important. Check out your replays. Let's rewind that. He goes into that, fishes for something different. I go for a flip, don't get a challenge. He throws out an unsafe move. I don't punish it. And if you're just looking at it, you can see it's completely unsafe. He's fully exposed. I'm on the ground. 3+4 has great range. So this would have been a great unsafe attack to punish. Let's continue. Throw out jab, sidestep elbow. Now, remember, we've landed 3 sidestep elbows that have created this scenario, and then we had the first one that was off down 3-3, and I ran up and I did running 3. The first 2 times he sidestepped it. The second time, he sidestepped the roundhouse when I tried to check the sound step. He actually sidestep blocked the roundhouse when I tried to check the sidestep. So now this is the 4th time we had this scenario. So this is still me processing data in real time, even though I'm still paying attention to what he's doing and I have my flow charts. This time, watch what I do when I run up. So this time, just to get some free damage, not nothing too big, but just something to kind of add on the snowball effect, I ran up and I tried running 3. Both times I got sidestep for a combo. Now, if that was my normal flow chart, I would do it again and get blown up. The 3rd time I ran up and I did back 3, which is roundhouse, he sidestep blocked it. So now I know that when he sidesteps, he doesn't automatically try to swing. So in this scenario that we've created for the 4th time, I run up and do down back 3, not mega damage, but some damage. As you can see, same exact scenario. We knock him down with sidestep elbow right here. He gets caught with it again, run up, down back 3, which is important because even though it's not a lot of damage, it's just showing him you can't do the same thing in the same scenario every time and win. I'm gonna find a way to circumvent what you're doing. So it shows that at the same time that he processing data or he has his tendencies he goes to, I'm processing data to adjust his tendencies as well. Let's rewind that one more time and put it back in full action. We got the punish right there. Sidestep elbow, run up, down back 3. What happens next? Now, so this is what I mean about creating a different scenario. In every other scenario, whenever I ran up, I would do running 3 or back roundhouse 3 just to see what he would do. We get a down back 3, so we're on hit. He's still fishing for offense, so after I get the down back 3, I go with 4-1+2. Now we got a full combo because of it. Let's go back to it. We're gonna let it play through this time. Sidestep elbow, run up, down back 3, F1+2, full combo right here. Push him back. And so this is another scenario where I didn't want to really overcommit. Sometimes the wall can get tricky when you're a law player. So I do 3-4, and you see I back off because I would rather, this is something that can happen a lot of times. You'll be overzealous for your combo damage and your alignment can get off. Sometimes the best thing to do is just push him toward the wall and back off if you don't trust that your combo will land successfully. I could have did back 2, 3, down 4, but I just chose to back off because I didn't want to get caught with some unpredictable wall scenario, especially against the Tekken God Supreme. Let's watch it again. Cut the combo short with just 3+4, back off, sidestep, down back 3 again. Now I go back to that same scenario. This is the same thing that got him blown up for a combo. So now that we've kind of checked him and let him know, okay, you can't get a free sidestep off down back 3. Now it lets me set up the slide. So if you think about our last 2 interactions, the same thing that got him hit with a combo just got me the slide for free because he's afraid to do it because he got blown up last time when I did run up down back 3. So let's watch that whole sequence in totality. Let's go all the way back. Let's just look at this whole sequence. So now we got the sidestep elbow right here, the run up, down back 3, 4-1+2, full combo. Now when he hits the ground, this is the same exact situation. I run up, down back 3, 4-1+2. This time he respects it because of the last combo he got hit with. Now I can go on a slide, which also means free nunchuck. Just like that. Stay composed, low committal, good sidestep, going in heat. I was surprised right there because I was actually going to sidestep and going to heat smash myself just so I could get DSS on block, but he surprised me by throwing his out. So let's go back. Let's just go back to it. He pops heat. I sidestep the big commitment. I pop heat myself. Might as well do it since he do it. I got hit with a heat burst, a heat smash, surprisingly. Now we're just looking for the nooch. Right here I go into DSS on block like I was looking for. I duck forward just to see if he flinch. He doesn't react to it. I don't commit to the slide because I don't trust it. I figure he's looking for it again. So we're back in this scenario. He pops heat, I sidestep. Everything at this point is low commitment because I don't want to open myself up. So if you notice right here for the rest of the round, everything's low commitment, low commitment. I know he's looking for the slide because I've been doing a nice amount, so I just go with a down 3. I kind of fake ins, 1-2 on the jab, just a low poke. Take the throw, which is a 1+2 break. Then go down 3 because it's a mid in case he likes to duck. Now this is the final round. Now, this is why, this right here is why I've been pointing out all the beginning of the rounds, right? So the first round we had down 3-3, which broke his armor because of the fact that he tried to go with a certain attack. I broke that armor. The second round he did his low launcher, which I could have punished if I was paying attention to duck the high, but it kind of caught me off guard. And then the next 2 rounds he did the 1-2 jab scenario, which would have beat my down 3. Now the reason that this is important is because, let me just start this over. Let me start this over. Let me go back to round 5 start. Let me just pause it immediately. Now, the reason that this is important is because as the round's about to start, 2 things could be happening. In my mind, I'm making a hurry, okay, what is he going to do? The past 2 rounds, he's done 1-2 jab into that kick stance that pretty much opens him up to my down 2-3. At the same time, and I don't know if he's doing this consciously or if this is just a coincidence, because he's a Tekken God Supreme, I'm going to err on the side of he's doing this consciously because it makes the match that much more interesting. I want to know if he's doing 1-2 jab to start those rounds to condition what could potentially happen later. Because the only reason I'm taking this 50-50 gamble is banking on the fact that he might do the double jab. Because he doesn't do it, I get blown up. However, if I do down 3-3, I break his armor. So at this point, my reason for pointing this out is just to show the nuance that goes into the entire battle. Because the only reason I did down 2-3 right here is based on what he did to start the past 2 rounds. The thing that I really wish I did know is if he did this consciously, because if he did this consciously, this is genius. I'm trying to read him, and he could be potentially reading me, or it could be pure coincidence, and my read was just wrong. But that's why it's important to kind of notice all the small things. Because if he didn't do jabs to start the last 2 rounds, I wouldn't have went for this 50-50 gamble, and sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Let's start the round again. Let me skip back to round 5 so I can have it unpaused. So we're starting off. I do down 2-3 looking for his jab, but he goes with armor. So I get blown up. So now I'm at a disadvantage. I'm already down on the life lead. He's in the plus frames because he's catching me on the wake up tech. So he pushes me back. He goes in the heat. Again, for about the 6th or 7th time, I've let him get away with this, only because I don't know that it's a thing. The next wrong player I'll play against, as I see it a few times and get used to the animation, I'm going to know based on this replay that, oh, that's unsafe because that's a high. I can duck and punish that with a wild standing 2 for a full combo, or even just a 1+2 and get Oki in this scenario. But as we see, I started off the round wrong, going for the D2-3 read. He went with armor. I'm at a disadvantage. Let's continue. So now, I'm in a scenario where it's the last round, I'm on the ground, he's going with the same roundhouse that gives him plus frames, which is more than likely a mid. So now I'm trying to make hard decisions because I'm running out of time and I don't have recoverable health because all that great health is actually gone as far as me popping heat. So let's see what happens. He hesitates. I try to actually make a read right here on the parry, but I miss it. He hesitates with the armor. He hesitates with the armor right here. And I try to make a hard read on the parry, thinking he'll go into that jab so I can get my turn back. I guess wrong, and I get blown up. Full combo on the wall, and I never get to get up again. So it was an awesome match, but my main reason for showing this is just to show the nuances that go into a match, right? It was so many different things that were happening where I'm reading him, he's reading me, but overall, instead of getting frustrated that you lost or frustrated that you're not winning against a certain character, go back and watch your replays and understand the scenarios and the situations that caused you to lose, because I went against the God of Destruction Raven. I didn't know the matchup that well. That was in my last video. And this guy's the Tekken God Supreme Harang. And as you see, I pushed both guys to the limit. Pretty much the way that the last round went, he got pretty much a perfect. But the only reason he got that perfect is because of the fact that when I made the hard read, I was just wrong. But it was an educated read based on the fact he did jabs. I just happened to make the wrong read at the wrong time because he chose to do something different. If he did what he did the past 2 rounds, I get the momentum to start that round. I'll push him to the corner with a full combo. Now I have the life lead and a chance to win this particular matchup. But my overall point for making this video is to show you guys that Tekken is a fun experience because there's a lot of learning and so much knowledge that it can feel overwhelming. However, at the same time, if you just kind of process what's happening in the actual match as far as processing live data, and then even if you lose or even if you win, go back and see where you could have optimized, because in reality, he gave me a lot of windows to win this match for him to be a higher ranked player. So if you're in blue or you're in red or you're in purple and you come across some of these guys that have higher ranks, don't be intimidated. If anything, you either win the match and go back here and see why you won and what you can improve upon, or you lose the match like I did in this scenario and see what you could have did differently. If I punish those highs and I punish with that 3+4 on the 1 negative move he does, I may get a different scenario. At the end of the day, I pushed him to the last round, made a hard read, my read was wrong. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. So I hope this video helps. I hope my speech wasn't off too much because I'm doing this in live time and not doing a ton of editing. But overall, I just wanted to show you guys kind of how I process matches and get the whole Read God moniker. That's kind of where it comes from. I'm not just fighting randomly or brainlessly. I'm actively processing data as I'm live in the fight. So I hope this video helps. Till the next time, it's your boy Lou Streets. Hit the like button for me and subscribe on this video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.